Well, hi guys, we're doing oil change on Edward's V Star. Just got it up on his motorbike stand just to get it level. The first thing is you need to crack and so we're on the left side that 17mm bolt. I've just loosened that off. You can just see that there. It's hard to get a socket on it because there's not enough room between the frame and the bolt, so you've got to use a ring spanner. This, just for me to crack that, it was extremely hard. It was very, very tight. So crack that and then drain that oil, and then I'll bring you back once that's started. So that's the last of the oil just draining out now. When you go to fill it up, while we're down here, there is a sight glass. It's right behind that connector rod. Really hard to see. From up here it's hard to see. We'll show you that better as we fill it up. Right, while that oil's draining out, this is the filter. It's one of the cartridge style ones. And I'm led to believe that all we need to do is pull, I've just loosened these off, three Allen. So there, whatever size that is, that's a technical term. Pick one that fits. Just trying to read a number on here, so it's a 4. Don't know if you can be able to see that, probably not focused, but anyway, that's a 4, Allen 4. I'm going to take that cover off and we'll get to the oil filter. Right, so when those bolts are out, that can come off, and then there is a number of, I think there's 5 in total. Might have to take that bottom one off. So there's 1, 2, 3. I think there's one down there, and that one there, and then that will come off. So we'll do that now. Get that off so we can get access to the oil filter. You'll need a 5mm Allen key for these ones. Yep, 5. Just might need an extension on this one so it doesn't foul on that brake. And then also for that bottom one, mind you, this is a lot easier when you're not videoing with one hand. So as you crack that case, it will leak a bit of oil, so just have that ready. Right, so just also note that when you take those bolts out, the one here that goes there, that front one, and this one, which is the middle one that goes in there, they're the longest ones. So they're actually laid out in the order that they come, roughly in their locations. Okay, now we can get to the little filter. So I've just pulled that filter out. The other thing is, I just reached in and made sure that the old rubber ring wasn't still seating in there, and it was. So just pull that out as well and make sure you don't end up with 2 rings in there. Righto, now it should be pretty obvious which way that goes in. You don't want a hole on the end that you're facing you. You want the hole facing away from you so that it can actually go in and over the oil line. So yeah, don't fall into the trap of putting it in that way. Make sure you put it in that way. I'll put a little bit of oil, maybe just on those rubber seals before I put it in. So you can see there the oil line that needs to sit over the top, just needs to sit around the outside of that. Get a good video of that. That's it. So the filter will slide over that. I'll show you once it's back in. So before putting the filter back in and filling it all up, Edward's just gone off to get another filler bolt. The other one was a bit mangled, so before putting it back on we get a new one. I think I can hear him coming. He's on the Triumph. I think he's at the end of the street. Just listen for him. So he's got the new bolt, and we'll put that in. New one, just pop that in. Right, we'll tighten that up with the 17 ring spanner in a minute, but that's looking pretty good. So that's all done up snug. Got the 17 onto there, that's tight. So we'll put the filter in now. Alright, as I said before, holy end in, solid end facing out. That should just locate over the top of that. I'll just put a bit of oil on that face, and then this can go straight back on. Now we've got to get the right bolts in the right bit, so I've left these, the long bolt in the top here, and the other long one in the middle. And then the 3 short ones go in the remaining holes. We'll just get this one tightened up a bit. And we'll just push that brakelet out of the way. Short one in there. Just give it a jiggle. Get those holes lined up. There we go. Short one in here. And the last short one goes down low. Alright. It's just a case of then putting that cover back on. Those 3 screws are all the same length, so it doesn't matter where they go, but I'll just put them in the same spot. Anyway, just the 4, remember that's the 4mm Allen key. It's only a cover, it doesn't have to be super tight, so it's just a matter of snugging them up. Righto, we can now fill that with some oil. Righto, true volume is 2.6 litres, so we may have had a little bit too much in that last one. Right, I've put about 2.5 litres in. It's 2.6, but we'll just start it and just run a bit of oil through it. Sounding good. Well, that should wrap that one up. I know it was only another little short one, just to show you guys oil change on a V Star 650 or an XVS. I think they refer to them as the technical engine type 650. Yeah, not a bad little bike. Edward's still on his P, so P plates come off. It's a nice little bike.